Because, lady, after you found out the first time, you were no longer the victim, madam.
Eyes on me, apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you ain't it, apply that. Love up on it, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like
Here. My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay?
Welcome back to the channel. I'm back to talk something completely different that was completely under my radar until one of my good friends on TikTok put me on. Okay, I am talking Unlocked Family Secrets, a brand new series, docuseries that airs on OWN Network every Saturday. Okay, and so I went. The first two episodes are already out. So I had to watch them. I'm gonna go ahead and record episode 1 now. If y'all want episode 2, drop it in the comments because I definitely it's lots to talk about there as well. But let's get into it. Episode 1 is entitled The Preacher's Secret. Now, it's no surprise if you have been here any length of time. You know I'm a PK. My mama was a preacher, okay? A pastor, a minister. All right. And so I am very, very familiar with the Black church in America, all right. I'm very, very familiar with it. And so this kind of seemed to be uh par for the course. If you grew up in the Black church, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, there were scandals everywhere. You get a scandal, you get a scandal, you get a scandal. And in certain parts of the country, a lot of it were involved a DL pasta. Okay, so that's what we're getting in this one. We meet the Merediths, Lydia and Dennis. Lydia and Dennis meet very, very young. Okay, she had this thing where she wanted to just live up to her father's expectations of her. You be perfect. You be great. Don't be out here disgracing my name. Do the right thing, get your education, get married, have a family. And her mama told her, marry up. All right, marry up. You already an engineer, you marry up, okay? Because it's as easy to love a rich man as it is a poor one. Mama told that, okay? And so anyway, we meet her very young, and she is in college, and she's focused, and she becomes an engineer, making all of the coin, and she starts attending this church, and she meets a young man at the church, Dennis, who's charismatic. He's a preacher. He's doing all of the things. Now he doesn't make as much money as she does, but she's in love. She's enamored of him because at that point she feels like he's big fine and he can give everything that she needs. So they decide that they're going to get married. Unbeknownst to her, honey, he has other proclivities and other things that he likes. So eventually they ultimately have 3 kids. A couple of years into the marriage, in their first church, she gets a call from the police department in the middle of the night because he's out soliciting, tapping 3 times on the floor, in the parks, in the bathroom stalls, cruising the cruising wave. All right. And she just puts it out of her mind. And he said, I thought she was going to go after me, talk crazy. After she picked him up, bailed him out of the pink eye, they just decided to move. She's going to cover it up. She's not going to address it anymore because it must have been a one-off. Okay, Lydia girl. Mind you, Lydia, Dennis, and the sons are all a part of this docuseries, all telling this story. And I mean, she admits it. She ignores it. They go to California. He starts another church there. And still very, different behavior. She finds corn, male on male corn. And she's like, okay, we got to do something this time. So he goes to some sort of conversion therapist. They go to family therapy, counseling, marital counseling. And the therapist tells her she's a workaholic because, again, she's still an engineer bringing in the coins because they got to live a certain way. And he's a sex addict. And that's what it is. And they're just going to make it happen. Throughout this process, at some point, he says that, you know what, he's just going to accept the fact that he's bisexual and he's going to rock out like that, but they're going to stay married. And he's done with everything. He's putting it all behind him. This time, he's for real. She believes it. And they go on for the next couple years because she says, our sex was great. He gave me great sex. I loved it over here. How much more could he have ever wanted? Well, apparently he wanted more because LA finds out about him and everything that he does, that he likes the boys. It's running rampant, okay? And so they go back down to the South. I think this time they go to Atlanta and he starts a church there. Soon after, the church fills up, I guess, with same gender loving people. And also, he gets her to hire a man to be over the school or whatever to teach the younger kids. Come to find out, this man is his man. This man is his man and his present day husband. While all this is going on, the one of the sons, I don't think it's the oldest son, but their son Micah comes out and says that he's gay. In this moment she's scared because, I guess at that time HIV was, I mean, it's still a very real concern, but then there was this hyper awareness about it, and she knew that he was at risk. Mind you, she said she didn't know she was at risk. She didn't even think about Dennis in it. But her baby, that's where she drew the line. And so he came out, said that he was gay, and she was like, no, 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 no. And of course, dad's like, what can dad say? Dad's gay. All right. And so he's living his life. Within the year, he contracts HIV. And the family has to pull together. And she says that her faith really brought her through this. And so now we're 25 years removed from that. He's married to the man he had her hire to work at the church house. And she's single, from what I can see, a grandparent, and they're co-grandparenting, uh all up in the same house. She's cooking in their house for them, and they've come full circle. She says this is after years of counseling, but there's no bitterness, there's no shame, honey. The pastor is loud and proud. I think he has a open and affirming church still to this day. um and here's the thing, outside of everything else, right? You were supposed to be a man of the cloth, this saved and righteous family, and y'all are living like heathens. Infidelity is infidelity. Cheating is cheating, whether with a man or woman, X, Y, or Z. And I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I feel like the way that I was raised was that there was a sanctity and a reverence that you had, especially if you were in ministry, in leadership, and that doing so, you lived your life a certain way, right? If you were married, you was married to that person. You wasn't out here slinging dingling all across the universe. I don't know how you be friends after that, but I mean, honestly, she was complicit in it. She knew very early, a couple years in, it wasn't very long, but she was aware of his behaviors and decided to stay, and he decided to stay. But in my opinion, he never loved her, whether he was gay or not. In the marriage, you should respect your spouse, and if that's not what you want, if you know you can't, then you should exit stage left, y'all. It's just so telling to me. And the fact, like I said, they had the guise of ministry and God all over it, and that was what they put on, and that she helped him hide these secrets from the congregants, from the children. The children didn't even know till later what was really going on. It's wicked. It was wicked and very disturbing to me that you can represent God and just be so duplicitous, lying to everyone about every single thing, y'all. But it was very interesting. Lydia, girl, I don't even know what to say, Auntie. I don't. I don't. I don't. But like she said, years of counseling has helped her. And again, he's just loud and proud about everything he did. It doesn't seem like he has any remorse for his actions, and maybe he does. And again, this is only like an hour-long episode. But it was just be who you are and don't bring nobody else into it unless you want to be there. And clearly, I mean, it clearly would have worked as a lavender marriage. It was a lavender marriage, basically, except they hunched on each other. I don't know, y'all. Drop it in the comments. Let me know if you watched it. It was a lot to take on, a lot to handle. But it was very interesting. Like I said, OWN is releasing these episodes every single Saturday. So drop it in the comments. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know your thoughts on this first episode. Secrets and lies, honey. The things families keep hidden and buried. It should be studied, you guys. But thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things, and I will see y'all in the next video.